Hey you all, stream for the YoCals grown. As you can see, we're sitting out here in the front garden at 6:30 a.m. so we can get out here and film this June of 2022 garden tour. We're topping over 100 degrees each day, and by 8 a.m. it's about 90. So before it gets too hot, we want to get this tour done. So if you all are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, I am so glad to see you again. Let's get growing, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Wanted to get out here before the sun got too hot and was too bright to at least record the backyard part of the new June of 2022 garden tour. We're going to start right here at the green stalk. If you saw my video where I replanted the green stalks, we're going to show you everything is starting to pop up. Hopefully it's not too dark and you'll be able to see the little sprouts. But I wanted to start right here at the garden green stalk in the backyard, and then you can see all the seeds that we planted. So here they are. Everything is coming up. There's the cilantro. Walk around. Up here we have basil coming in and sage. So the sage is coming up. The only thing I don't see yet is thyme. We'll just give it some more time. Give it some more time. So here's a good look at this green stalk. And all these holes that you see are filled with seeds now. And then of course here's the crazy, you know, y'all, I thought this was parsley when I planted it here because the tag had been lost. And when it was smaller, it look at it. It looks like parsley leaves. You know, when you look at these parsley leaves, you think, oh, these are parsley leaves. Y'all, this is celery. Look, it's celery. So, I mean, what can you do? You just gotta kind of go with it. So I'm gonna go over to the trees next because I had someone ask for an update on them. And so we have our resident friendly squirrel who likes to come and eat the nuts and the seeds. Now you're gonna see she's not gonna go very far. She looks pregnant again. Okay, so here's an update on the trees. These two trees, sorry for the fast movement. These two trees are our nectarines, and as you can see, they're doing beautifully. I'm gonna have to, we've had so much wind, you can see that the tree's kind of leaning just a little bit. So I think what I'm gonna do is put a couple of stakes in there and just kind of straighten it up so it grows, continues to grow straight. But these two are doing really well. Here's the girls. The girls they're doing their thing. As soon as we get these fence panels that we've ordered them, as soon as they get in here, they'll be roaming around the backyard. But right now they're enjoying their dust bath. Ruby and Pearl. There's my girl right there. There they come. Okay, so let's talk about these trees. These trees are doing the same thing. This one especially. I've got to get it tied back up so it's straight. So for those of you who wanted an update on the trees and how they were doing, they're growing perfectly fine in these large containers. I have not had any issue. The issue comes from spider mites and grasshoppers. So let me show you what the grasshoppers did to the leaves. I mean, they done some pretty extensive damage, but as soon as the praying mantises got, you know, a good size, we really started noticing that the grasshoppers were disappearing. So that's what's going on with those. Here is our elderberry, and she keeps blooming, but if you look close, can y'all see the webbing? So that's what we're dealing with. These are the spider mites. They've made it over to here. So I'm going down to buy ladybugs, and we're gonna set at least 2 packages free here in the backyard of ladybugs. I'll put one on each side of the yard. So let me show you my friend, you all. You see her? Let me get a good close-up to her. You see her? She has an appetite for flowers. Yeah, you. Talking to me about you. Don't wink at me. You know what you're doing. You're eating the flowers. She ate. It's over here on the other side, but I had, let me zoom back out. She's naughty. So I had a rose tree that's over here at the garage, was sitting right here, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't blooming. And then one day I saw she was eating the rose buds off the top of the plant. She's an ornery little critter. She's very friendly, this one. Back to what we're doing. So the hibiscus has bloomed at least once, and these will turn into, you see them? These will turn into seed pods, and then we'll collect the seeds, and we usually either keep them or give them away. The pepper garden, bell pepper garden is what this is doing fairly well. And then of course there's the Master Yoda there. He thinks he's gonna get this squirrel. Okay, you remember I said she was friendly? Here she comes. She's very friendly. Just a little too friendly. Okay, enough about the squirrel. So the boys are out here cutting the lawn, and they broke the tansy and they broke one of the big sunflowers, so that's kind of a disappointment. But let me show you the passion vine. This girl has tripled, if not quadrupled, in size since the day I bought her. But you can see she's beautiful. She's all over here. Purple flowers are doing beautiful. She goes all the way down and all the way up, and then we'll see her on the back side. So here are the biggest changes in the backyard. As I said, I've been fighting spider mites, and I'm going to show you their damage. We'll talk about it here in just a second. So these are the San Marzano tomatoes. These will be our fall paste tomatoes. So let me show you this. As you can see, all of the plants, the squash, we came home from vacation and it was one of the worst bug infestations I've ever seen. I have never ever, and I jinxed myself because I said it over on my TikTok, I have never had squash bugs before, and I came home and the squash bugs on the zucchini that were right here in this spot were so bad that when you touched one of the branches, it looked like the entire branch turned over. That's how many bugs were on it. It was horrible. So we got those out. And then over here was all of our yellow squash. They had gotten attacked by vine borers. And so we took everything out. There's just no sense in keeping plants like that. So we got rid of everything that was in here. And now you'll see that on a different video. We have started melons and some watermelons that are 70 days, I think. But let me show you what's going on with the tomatoes that are here. Now I have been spraying and then clipping out all of the nutrients sucked out branches. But this is spider mites. I'm gonna try and zoom in. You all see that webbing? Those are spider mites. So I can't really clip more back on these. So the backyard, I will spray one more time. I'll spray these one more time, and then I'll wait a week, and then I will let the ladybugs go in this area to hopefully, I think at that point, they'll be able to kind of eradicate this infestation out here. So, and of course, the same thing's going on. Sorry for the bright sun, guys. Same thing's going on right here with the cherry tomatoes. They're still producing, but their tops are really green. So the goal is to continue to, again, spray one more time. I don't want to spray any more than that. You know, I spray late at night when I know all the pollinators are asleep. I just don't believe in spraying anything during the day. It doesn't matter if it's an organic pesticide or a synthetic. It's going to kill any pollinator it comes in contact with, because that's what it has been designed to do. So I try to come out late at night, you know, when the pollinators, there's no pollinators left. We have plenty of light out here, so I can spray at night, and that's just the way I like to do it. But like I said, I've gotten it to a point where I feel like I've got it somewhat under control. I got a couple more up there that I got to trim off, but we'll get those trimmed off and we'll let the ladybugs go. So let's move on to the other part of the yard. So remember I said she's been very predominant and very fruitful. Well, here she is in the middle of the playground, living her best life, our passion vine. She's all in this. She comes all the way over here. I was hoping I'd find a flower that was open, but there's not. But if the flowers remain on the vine, we should get passion fruit. So that's our goal with these flowers. And then of course here is our Austin Rose. She has bloomed 3 times now. Right here, this one right here. I forget what I can't even remember what it was called now. Oh well, I'll put it up on the screen. I remember what it's called. But I just wanted to show you the passion vine. She's very intense. Of course, the strawberries are growing. They're still growing, and they'll probably bloom if I can keep the passion vine out of them. Probably bloom again in maybe the fall, early fall. Okay, backside of the tomatoes, you can see what's going on. Just hollow them out. So here is this side. Like I said, it's sunny out here. You can see the entrance into the sensory garden. I wanted to show you all these purple flowers. I apologize for the background noise. And you know, even early on in the day, our air conditioner set at, I think it's 77, and it's only 10 a.m. So if that gives you any indication how hot it is right now. This vine that you see right here is a black-eyed Susan. If you all are watching this, put it down in the comments. She has yet to bloom. She's growing, doing really well, but I have yet to get any flowers. I got 1 flower when I first planted her. Here is the Kuan Yin. Look how grown up this is. And then here are the purple flowers. You guys have been seeing this plant on the tour, but here are the flowers that bloom. And as you can see, my little mason bees love this thing. I don't know how the bees are going in your area, but here in Arlington, so you can see, look at that Japanese maple. Here in Arlington, we don't have a lot of honeybees. We have a lot of mason bees. Here's another mason bee right here up close. Now these guys will come right to us. See if I can get you in there to let you see them. Working away. As you can see, they're not scared of us. We have a what is it called? A bug hotel up front for them. Sunflowers are looking great. And then right here, this is a tiger melon. I did a seed exchange with the lady on TikTok. From her handle is Aussie Nation, and we exchanged seeds. She sent me more seeds than I thought. I thought it was just going to be 1 seed, but she sent me 4 packages of seeds, so I've got to send her some more. This is the other pepper garden. We've harvested peppers twice, so they're doing really good. These tomatoes are doing really good. I've got to get out here and do some tying on them. And then the lemongrass looks amazing. And there's that. I'll walk on down. And then this, oh, we don't want to talk about this. My dog did that. All the tomatillas. I've got some plants out here. And then in this one, these are kajaris. Let's go ahead and take that off now that you popped up out of the ground. I keep these on them not to create a dome, but to keep the squirrels from digging up the seeds. So there she is. There's a kajari melon. I'm going to turn around, let you guys see. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. He's singing away. So you guys can get a good idea of what it looks like from this way. I had to run back down here. I want to show you guys this zinnia. Oh, let me get out of the shadow. Look at that zinnia. It's half pink and half candy cane. Isn't that neat? And then here are the orange lime greens, or pink and lime greens. Okay, so we are out here very early in the morning to finish the tour off. I filmed it over 2 days in the mornings because by 8 o'clock it's like 90 degrees here and the sun is blazing in the sky, and so I'd rather just do this when it's nice and cool so you can see the plants, you know, before they're wilted by the sun and everything. So let's start right here. You can see the potato garden. We covered it once, but we're getting ready to cover it again with dirt so that it continues to grow. We took out this tomato and the tomato down there in that pot. Now they have bush cucumbers planted in it. Just like in the back, we had the issues with spider mites up front, but we have gotten it under better control here in the food forest. I think it's because we have a lot more predators, bugs up here than we do anything. But everything's still growing and producing. I've trimmed everything. Still got some up here, and I may just remove all these bottom branches off of this. And then we got this baby bird. I don't know if you can see it hopping around. It fell out of the nest a couple of days ago, but he or she is very upset with me right now. Sorry about that, son. Food forest from this angle, it's doing really good. We have eggplants, we have squash, we have cantaloupe in here, tomatoes, this crazy vine that is my nemesis in these gardens. Move back up to the front here. Tower's looking good up here. We've replanted a bunch of stuff up here too. As you can see, things are already coming up. Got some flowers here to plant. Let me show you. So the spider mites got this watermelon, so I'm getting ready to take it out, and I just noticed that they were on this one over here, and that's really gonna suck because we have baby watermelons on here. So I'm gonna spray this tonight. That one over there is probably a complete loss, and then there's a tomato over there that I'm gonna be taking completely out. But I'm gonna spray the bottom of this and just spray it with the Captain Jack spray late tonight, and we'll cross our fingers that we can save it. So here's the situation over here. It's time to get back in here and clean out. The boys were supposed to have gotten this trash out, and they didn't do that for me because I'm coming in here to clean everything. But get this vine back out of here. The corn, another bush cucumber that I planted. The corn was doing pretty good, but the parts where the wind had just torn them out, we went ahead and took those out, and you can see we replanted. We have can't remember what the name of that pumpkin is, but it's the squatty green pumpkin, and then we have jade and blue lake beans planted in here. Here are the peppers that we planted. As you can see, they are in the shade, and that's where I keep them, and they do fairly well. I'll show you some other peppers that are doing even better with even more shade. So these, the corn that was planted here, it pretty much got ripped. We have had high winds that we've never had here in Arlington, and it pretty much just, when they were young, it started ripping them from the roots up, and so as they grew, they just didn't grow, and so I just made the choice to take them out, and I have a 60-day corn that I'm going to replant in here. Then hollyhock's doing great. Carrots are all planted in here. You'll see that in another video. Now, this parsley right here is laying over. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for it to, you know, you see the flowers on it, for those to turn to seeds. Hasn't happened yet, so we're still waiting on that. And of course the flowers, more peppers, more peppers, more peppers. Flowers are doing good. You can see some of the tomatoes, and we'll go look at those closer here in just a minute. And this bed, which is what had the onions in it, has all been replanted for fall. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tomatoes and some basil. We planted up some marigolds in there with it. And then of course the sunflowers. They have made their debut, and they're looking really good. The other front bed, here's the other place. It was attacked by spider mites, but like in the back, I didn't get it under control fast enough, and I really think it's because in the middle right here you can see all the air, but you can see that they're bouncing back. You can see all the green coming back on them. The other one that's not showing on the bottom really good signs is the Roma tomato here, but on the top it looks pretty good. And then you can see they attacked my cosmos. They were all over everything. We're going down the tunnel here. The tunnel, I think, is going to get reworked here pretty soon. Between the yellowing, I got to get in here and fertilize everything. You know, it's just so hot. Everything is just burning up here, guys. You can see it. It's just burning away. But thankfully, then of course we have the yellowing going on, and I fertilize once a week, but I don't really think that's what the issue is. I think it's just These are indeterminates. It's hot. You can see the beans, but you can see that these are probably spider mites. You guys see that spottiness? That's the tunnel. Sunflowers on the outside. The cucumbers on the tops. They're all burnt up on the backside, but the cucumbers on the tops are looking good. The garden is just suffering in Texas, and it's not just me, it's everybody. I'm on a lot of North Texas garden Facebook groups, and we're all feeling this this heat, where you can see some of it's doing good, some of it's not. Sunflowers, yep, they go up that high, are doing great. Go back here, sweet potatoes finally rooted and got themselves feeling better, I guess, and they're doing much better. And here's another one of termites. So this, my job today is to take out any plants that basically are just too far gone, and this is one of them. We'll take all the tomatoes off of it and then we'll get rid of it. But the pollinator's garden, look it. Now you can see we're out here about 6:37 ish. I've got some honeybees returning finally to the garden. Every time we know that the city sprays for mosquitoes because of West Nile, we see a huge decrease in our bee population, and that is our mason bees and our honeybees. So right now we're dealing with that. Here's hatch chilies. These are all the chilies that we planted up in the garden video, and I'll link that at the end. If y'all are having any issues in your gardens, you know, you can see the back side of this where it's getting, you can see how it's just getting burnt up on top here. Let me know down in the comments and how you're handling that and what you're gonna do. Here's the hatch chilies. I wanted to show you these in the back. These are in full shade. They get dappled sun and from the west in the evening. But these will be full of hatch chilies. I got one that fell over because she's got hatch chilies on it that I got to get down there and tie her back up. And then this is, I believe this was a homestead. It's a mix of, it looks bad, but it looks good. So that is where the garden is right now. We planted up, you can see all the stuff we planted up. Chamomile, I don't know what's going to happen. I put it on the back side. We'll see. But you can see, you remember the peppers that we planted in the green stalks together? Well, they're loaded with peppers. We're getting ready to plant all the green beans back up over here. Another one loaded with peppers. Basil. Probably should go ahead and grab that. You should never let your basil go to flower, but I let it because I know this in here, because I know that what bees I do have need the nectar. But I wanted to show you this basil. This basil right here. This basil we will not be eating. This is called cardinal basil. And I get it because in fall, when fall comes, if we make it to fall, it will have on the top this cone of this beautiful burgundy. It'll be just about the same color as its stems here. Beautiful burgundy top. And it puts on a show when fall comes. So you can see more spider mite damage. We're gonna walk back here. Oh goodness, as I get taken out by the wisteria. Sweet potatoes, and then here is one of our three sisters, and she's the one that's got all the squash on her right now. Pollinator's garden. Got to get in here and clean. Just wanted to give you an upside down view. I was hoping there was some morning glory. I planted some morning glory at the base of this so it would, oh here you go, right there. So it would climb this big one and, you know, have the variation of the yellow and the purple flowers. Still have these micro tomatoes and micro toms up here, and they're doing pretty good. Oh. Let's go ahead and get these tomatoes. Take you with me. There's some in here that need to grab. You can come with me and get them. Another one. missed a bed, so we're gonna go back over here. So in years past, these beds and these tomatoes would top up over these rails, but not this year. We have struggled really hard in the garden. It got really hot. Here at the 1st of April, we were already seeing 100-degree temperatures. You can see blossom and rot. I faced that as well in the garden. Oh, as well in the garden this year. I got one more over here I might grab. And it's just been rough, guys. I hope you all are having better luck in your gardens than what I have. I've already started gearing up for fall planting, choosing what I'm gonna do. Here's a little tiny harvest for today. So let me know down in the comments, are you guys struggling with different things? If you are here, especially here in our area in North Texas, New Mexico, you know, Arkansas, Louisiana, all the states that surround us, let me know down in the comments. Are you struggling with heat? Are you struggling with bugs like we are here in North Texas? Because it's pretty consistent. I'm not alone. I'm on a lot of North Texas Facebook groups, and it's been a consistent, how do I get rid of this bug? How do I get rid of that bug? How do we combat this? How do we combat that? You know, I won the battle with the aphids, which was an easy battle to win. You just spray them with water and they're gone. I won the battle with the harlequin beetles. I won the battle with grasshoppers. And let's see, oh, I had milkweed beetles that ate all my thistle, or all my milkweed for my monarchs. So I got rid of all of those, but these spider mites, I'm just struggling with, and I've tried just about everything. I had hoped that spraying them, you know, once a week for 2 weeks, it would get it under control in the back. But it was like putting Miracle Grow on them. I mean, they just like exploded. It was, I don't know, guys. It's just been a struggle. So let me know down in the comments if you're struggling with these things and how you're taking care of it or what you're doing to combat it, because I've done just about everything. The last thing I'm gonna try, and I'm not gonna worry about it in the back. I think I have pretty much lost those back beds. But anywhere that is just kind of got a little bit of spider mite, we're gonna buy the mites, which I hope doesn't screw up the ecosystem. If it has in your area, let me know down in the comments before I do this. But we're gonna try that and hopefully at least get them under control, so what is left and the fall gardens that are coming up, which will probably disappear when the heat disappears. That's probably what's fueling this so badly, because they love dry heat. But we're gonna let them go up here to try and keep everything controlled, so that way the new tomatoes that have been planted, these tomatoes that are bouncing back, will hopefully kind of, you know, hold on till it cools off and start to thrive again. But I just want to thank you all for hanging out with me in this video. I truly appreciate each and every one of you and each and every one of my subscribers, and you know I love talking to all of you, so please leave your comments down in the comment section. Anything, any videos I mentioned, I will link them in the description, or I will link them at the end of the video. Till I see you in the next video, you all take care of yourselves. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button, because new videos are posted often. Until I see you in the next video, you all keep your heads up. You take care of yourselves. And most importantly, no matter how you do it, you keep growing. Bye-bye, y'all.